Okay, go live. There we go. We are on. Good morning. It's Shani and Melz back in the morning on this Tuesday morning, December 12th, right? I mean, girl, I mean, Jay, I mean, it's January 12th.
What?
It's January 12th. January 12th.
You just leave 2020 where the hell is that? I mean, you're already through the bit. We already in the middle of the 14-day trial of 2021, and this motherfucker already. I won't return it already. So I feel you. I feel you though. I feel you. You won't still be in 2020 with it. Good morning, everybody. It's the blackest morning show in all of America on these social media and these nets. It's the king and queen of some media. Uh, Tuesday, January 12th.
Okay, well, I got a question. Why do you want to return 2021 already?
You seen already the crazy white folks out here lynching and all this
My
other.
bad. I would not mean to do that.
Hit me with the mute button with it. Go look.
And I do it again.
You know what it is. You already seen the craziness it's been so far this year, man. This year already been jumped off to an insane start. You got white folks trying to overthrow the government. You got black folk, just sitting back laughing at the whole thing, which is a beautiful thing so far. I gotta admit that. But you got everybody getting a divorce. we got a whole bunch of tomfoolery going on, man. So we off and running this morning. And don't forget, download the Media Room 360 app. It's available right now. Go ahead and cop that app, and you can watch this show wherever you at on your social medias and all that other good stuff. All right, Shani Scott, what are we off to talking about early this morning? What are we off to?
Well, Dr. Dre is still in ICU. And, I thought that he had gone home. Now, my understanding is that they're keeping him for observation after he suffered this aneurysm. And, an aneurysm is when you have a blood vessel on the brain that bursts. So
Right.
to explain, something was going on and the vessel just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger until it ultimately bursts. And it could cause a lot of damage. It could cause you to have a stroke. I know for me, when that happened to me, I started having a seizure first. Then the seizure turned into me having a full-on stroke. Now it took about 2 weeks just for me to wake up and be responsive and to talk to people. But they knew I was gonna be okay because the first thing I said when I woke up is, I can't believe y'all let me sit here stinking like this.
Oh, Lord.
Because when you're all of your toxins start coming through your body, and that's a smell that I was like, okay, so we knew my nose worked,
Right.
but my eyes didn't work because I was blind in one. And so if they show me a picture of, they come in and they say, okay, we're gonna show you these pictures, tell us what they are. Child, they told me the dog that was on the page, I said it was a tree.
Oh, wow.
The shoe was a car. So it's a brain injury. So what concerns me is that he's still in ICU.
Right.
And and I know we've been talking about this $2 million with his wife, and they say in the hospital he signed it. So when I heard that he signed the paperwork in the hospital, giving her the $2 million, I'm thinking, oh, okay, he's good. But to hear he's still in ICU, it's like, okay, why we signing paperwork at the hospital if we still in the ICU? They ain't even move you to a regular room.
Well, that's why I said the day it happened. That's why I said that's what's weird about this whole situation was Dre was still in the hospital, but we didn't know. And that was my argument was, why was this woman coming at this man with $2 million payments and spousal support while he in the hospital? But now that we're learning that he's been in there an entire week since this incident happened. It's been a week now. But doctors are reporting that they want to keep an eye on him because he's at risk of another possible aneurysm. And they say that they don't want to risk once you have one, you have to immediately. I mean, it's a matter of the clock.
You gotta move fast.
Right. It's not so much something you can just sit back and I'll do it later. No, you got to go now. And so they're saying they're keeping an eye on him just in case another one possibly happens. And it's good to have him in an emergency care situation where he could be taken care of real quick. But that is a concern because, like I said, that was my concern from day one when the thing happened. Was the next day you're hearing about Dre signing $2 million paperwork and giving this woman $2 million. And I'm like, wait, this man ain't even out the hospital yet. Ain't it messed up? Like that wasn't messed up to everybody. I saw that as weird.
Well, you keep saying that she had him do it. You don't know if she had him do it or if he was sitting there saying, give me them papers. Let me go ahead and take care of this, because that's a form of stress. So no, he don't need to be stressed out. But what I would say is don't stress yourself out more. You know, like if this ain't, because apparently when they did that CAT scan, and they've probably done a few on him to check, to, you know, watch, they might see another one. And the only way that you can get rid of that is if you, I mean, it can heal itself on its own, because fortunately they didn't have to cut in my head, but that's what we were looking at. If it wouldn't stop bleeding, they were going to have to cut in my head. So that's the only way they can do it, is cut in your head. So he just needs to relax for a minute. I think everything should be put on hold. The whole court case, just everything just put on hold right now, because you gotta, he needs to be in his right mind to do these things.
I agree with you. And I also say this, that you know, why he might, I said it, I even said it when I heard the news. My first initial reaction after I heard the news was, after I was like, well, why is he doing it in the hospital? But then my second thought after that was, well, damn, yeah, get rid of that stress. Like, get rid of that. Just look, just because at the end of the day, he's probably recognized his mortality, his life flashed before his eyes, and was like, you know what, man, this money shit, you know, it's always been about money. Because, you know, this is the same guy who walked away from death row at his zenith. You know what I'm saying? At his highest of heights, he's walked away from one of the biggest record labels that he helped create. It Scott drive free. I don't want nothing from it. I'd rather have peace of mind. Dre, this has been something that's been consistent with Dre in his lifetime. Was that if it doesn't fit what he believes his things is, his values, no matter how much money it is, he'll walk from it. He'll walk away from it. And so that kind of led me some thought to that as well, saying, you know what, this is so stressful, and if it's all about the money with her, give it to her. You know what I'm saying? If that's what she's worried about. She ain't worried about my ass laying in this hospital. She ain't worried about my ass laying in this hospital dying right now, just give her the damn money and let her go. I'll drop detox when I get out of here, and we'll make it all back. Just go. Just take it and go. And I applaud Dre for that again. I applaud him again. And look, do what you got to do to relieve that stress, my brother. Like I said, this is consistent with something that in Dre's life. This is consistent. Man walked away from death row. Death row was what it was. He had Tupac, had everybody. You know what I'm saying? And you know, he said, you know what? Shit's too crazy right now. I'm gonna go ahead and just damn the money. I know we making like 100, 200, 300 million dollars a year. Y'all can have that. I'm good. And so that's been pretty consistent in his life. And therefore, once again, I applaud Drake. I don't think that woman give a damn about that man in the hospital. Just give me my money. Look.
Tell him to bring me my money.
That's all she's saying.
You don't know she said all of that.
I'm
stop.
Because
good morning, Dad. My dad is watching.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, sir. How are you this morning, sir? We're gonna talk about some things with your daughter in a minute. We're gonna ask her some questions. I don't know if you want to hear these questions, but it does have to do with hotels and the new Jasmine Sullivan album. But we're gonna talk about that later on, because we want to stay on topic. I want to stay on topic about these divorces, because we got now another divorce that's been announced in 2021. Look, we ain't even 2 weeks into 2021. We got a whole lineup of celebrity divorces. Everybody can't stand each other. Look, the new year that came around, and everybody looked at each other and said, I can't stand your ass. I got to get out of here. That's what it sounded like to me. At least that's what it sounded like to me. I mean, you got Kim and Kanye. They cruising head along towards a divorce. Apparently, that's what the story is. Of course, we just heard us talk about Dr. Dre and his situation with his wife. Tyrese and his wife, Samantha Gibson, also getting a divorce. And we also learned today that former Destiny's Child member LaToya Luckett is now getting a divorce from her husband, Tamika Walker. And they just had a damn baby back in September. It be that way sometimes. That's what you say. It be that way sometimes. Why is
no, not even. It be that way
Okay, what makes it be
sometimes.
that way? I thought the baby was supposed to bring everybody happiness and joy
No.
as a relation. Oh no, no, no,
Mm-mm.
no.
No.
Okay, give me the science behind this. 'Cause I thought though, that's what at least what I thought. That's why people have babies in a lot of cases in strained, troubled relationships.
No.
Okay.
Sometimes you have what's called the baby. I have one of those.
oh, it's one of them slip ups.
Yeah. Because like we were already I had Carly
Uh-huh.
and we were already, on Swissville. And when I tell you, like literally one time,
Uh-huh.
honestly, just one time,
Uh-huh.
because when I, figured out that I was pregnant with Tamron and I said something to him about it, he didn't think it was his.
Wow.
Because I was trying to figure out.
I gotta be this man on that one. I gotta be this man on that one.
No, I didn't even be mad at him for saying that because even I was like, how did this happen? How did this happen? I mean, literally one time, like if we really put our mind to it, we could go back, we could pull out a camera and a calendar and go back to the day and be like, okay, this is the day that it happened. Like it was like that. I mean, and of course, but he had his doubts, throughout the pregnancy, but when she was born, and he was like, "Oh yeah, this is my child because she looks just like him." But and so for those 9 months we were together, and then we may have stayed together. I don't know. 6 months later, after that, 6, 7. No, well, maybe a year. Maybe it was a year.
Okay.
And then it was like, all right, yeah, it's time to go our own way because that's when I ended up in jail.
This is wild because this is fascinating because and you probably did, y'all like you said, y'all probably went back to the date. What was this? I know I'm being nosy, I don't want pride, but what was the circumstances for this one time? Like what happened in this? What made y'all say this one time payow? Like what was the circumstance? Was there circumstances? Was it just a good day? Like a good night? Like, all right, I guess. Was it?
Right, I guess.
Let me go ahead and clap it up.
On my end. All right, I guess. On my end. Yeah, you have to ask him about what was going on in his mind. Because, I mean, it just, it was already, I put it like this. Because this was a relationship where there was a lot of cheating on his side. And so, and like I said, I tell people when they say, "Well, you divorced him because he was cheating on you." I divorced because he was cheating on me.
Right.
I divorced because he was so disrespectful with it. Because I knew what he was doing because I knew what I wasn't doing at home.
Right.
So now that day, it was like, okay.
I'm just looking at your face because that your face be showing it all. It is okay.
All right. That's what you want to do. All right.
But no, this is what I come to the realization that a lot of the reasons why a lot of these people are getting a divorce, especially at the top of this year, is because of quarantining last year. And you had to be locked in that house with that mother for that MF for 3, 4, 5 months at a time, and a lot of people are starting to realize this just ain't it. That quarantine period put a lot of tests to y'all relationship statuses because I seen it. It put a lot of pressure on a lot of y'all because now you got to be around this person 24/7, nonstop around the clock, and you're starting to see what you done really got into. And so I think that's why you got a lot of these divorces popping off, especially in January, because now world semi, despite the fact that coronavirus cases are on the rise, people are opening back up and exploring and getting out there and getting back to their life. And I see it. I think quarantine put a lot of strain on people because it's a different story.
But I would think that, I mean, if I had a boo. If I had a boo and I had somebody and we were quarantined, I would be happy. Well, because now I know how to, make the right choices and pick somebody to be happy with. Yeah, I'm sure because when it goes sideways, you know.
And then, like I say, I mean, you again, you are literally in there with somebody for 3 months, 24/7, 365. Can't really go around. You probably your only freedom that you get to go on is maybe to the store and back. But other than that, there's no going out. There's no going to see your friends. There ain't no, going gathering with the homegirls crew and playing games and drinking and blowing off some steam. No, you with this MFer for 3 months straight, uncut, uncensored.
So
Can you?
what's wrong with that? So I mean, you and your wife did a whole bunch of fun stuff during the
Yeah, during the quarantine.
quarantine. Yeah.
Yeah, that's because we had to. Because the pressure, because look, the pressure is mounting. Listen, let's go. I'm gonna go ahead and keep it 100 with you. Good morning, Yusuf. Grand rising to you, my brother and sister, my brother. Let me go ahead and keep it 100 with you. No matter what, human beings are not meant to spend every waking moment with each other 24/7, 365. Okay,
Agreed. Mm-hmm.
listen, you are not designed. We are not designed for this. Okay, nobody is. Nobody is designed for that. So that's why we went and did what we was doing during quarantine. That's why we went camping. I thought of a socially distanced vacation. Like, where can we go that we know we can be COVID safe and not have to bother each other and enjoy ourselves together and get out of the space that we're in. And that's why it was essential that we went out there and did that, because yes, the evidence was growing and things were showing that we might have been at the top of the year with everybody else. If something drastic didn't happen. So so that's why we did that. But that's why I'm asking y'all, do you think it's possible you could pull off what you do? Because again, I'm in a long-term relationship, so I got to adapt and adjust fire at all times. You know what I'm saying? So do you think you would have been able to do that? Now, I know you're saying that now because you ain't booed up right now.
I mean, if it's the right person, yeah. Now, of course, somebody they're gonna get on my nerves. I'm gonna get on their nerves. That's human nature. You're gonna get frustrated with the person, no matter how happy you are, how big of best friends y'all are. You gonna get tired of them. But I mean, I would hope that I would say is as long as it's the right person.
That you being mad diplomatic today.
I'm just saying, as long as it's the right person. Now, if me and my ex-husband has to stay in the house for 3 months, oh no.
Well, we know that already. We already know that. We established that.
I mean, but at the same time, I use him as an example because, like, if let's say there was a disaster, he kind of lives like a gypsy. I mean, he working, okay,
Right.
but he works, but that's how he travels. Let's say he was here and something happened.
Right.
Okay, this is the father of my kids. Okay, so it's important to me that my kids have a healthy relationship with their daddy and they see the mom and the dad have a healthy relationship. So me and him, we get along and for the most part. But let's say a disaster happened and he had to come here and stay with us. I wouldn't have no problem with that because it's their dad. And
Right.
you want their dad to be okay.
Right.
But yeah, he get on my nerves. I'd be like, oh.
And you don't think you didn't think Carissa was annoyed with my black ass while I was here, because my black ass was up in here acting the fool. like I have no problem with isolation. Like, I have no problem with isolation. I could deal with isolation. I don't have to go out and see friends and all this other stuff. Because at the end of the day, I get paid to party. So
Right.
so as far that's work. Partying is work for me in my career and my lifestyle. So I love being at home. I love not doing anything and not going anywhere. So quarantine was right up my damn alley.
Yeah,
Like,
me too.
quarantine
Yeah,
was,
because it didn't bother me. The only people that it bothered in the house was the girls.
right, of course, kids. Of
Like
course.
they didn't understand it, and that's because I take them out and do so much with them. But for me, I was like, ooh, I ain't got to get up and go nowhere. Some days I'm like, I don't know what to do with myself.
Right. Right. But at the same time, my wife, she's been working here at home for the last 6 to 7 months as well. And that's why I had to justify. I had to get her out of here. You know what I'm saying? Because, now this is the office too now. You know what I'm saying? So, I got to get her out of the workspace as well as home. So it was essential that as doing my husbandly duties, hey, I got to switch up the energy, you know what I'm saying, and give up the energy. And that's why you seen us out there in the Colorados and flying out to LA and stuff like that and all the other stuff because, you had to decompress. And that's what's, but I still think this is the source of a lot of these marriages falling apart right now. It's because you spent most of 2020 locked in the space with this person, and you've seen this person for who they really are. Because again, in all relationships, everybody puts their best front forward. Let me say that again: their best front forward, not their best self. They put their best front forward, and I think that's what's happening in a lot of these situations. People are just waking up to the damn. Look at the way you eat. I did, like you start noticing shit about a person that you I already know you say something like just look at you. And look at me. Just look at you. I just can't stay the way you blink right now. You just start noticing shit that you just get on your nerves all of a sudden, and then you just be like, you know what? January New Year's hit, you like, you know what? I gotta start all over. And social media ain't helping either. Social media ain't helping either. Because you notice a whole lot of these me and my booski and me and my man post that went downhill in 2020. All this perfect relationship nonsense went down the hill in 2020 because you're stuck in there with that person and they're getting on your damn nerves. They're chewing too damn loud. They snore all ugly all of a sudden. You can't stand the way they breathe around you. Look, it's getting disgusting, ain't it?
Well, that's probably because something else has happened. There's something that has happened. Like you said, there's some revelation. You found out something that you thought was to be true, or something that was presented to you in a certain way is not as it is so. So that's when somebody started getting on your nerves like that. Because now, well, for me, I'm just gonna say for me,
Okay.
because now I see that you lie about stupid stuff. Because it's usually something real petty. And when it comes out, and if you have a person that backpedals and tries to, go back, well, no, just you busted, just say what it is, dude. That's when I start losing respect. And that's when it becomes, you know what? Your hand's too small. I don't even know why I'm talking to you.
But
Your hand's too small.
That's what I say. It starts. It's nothing major. It's something so insignificant and petty that you will notice, or a situation that to the other person may not be a big deal, but it's something that struck your mind. You know what I'm saying? Something triggered some old shit in your mind that you may have said or something, and you like, you know what? I gotta ask this. Wait a minute, like that's. And that's where the whole problem starts at. Like what? Like what motivates this energy? Like that's my question. What motivates that energy? Is it
to ask?
Yeah. What motivates?
Because something might happen. So let's say you tell me, we just, this is just dating, not marriage.
Right.
But sometimes this happens in marriage too. But let's say you told me that, in high school I was an All-American.
Okay.
That's something, like, oh, that's cool.
Right.
Nothing that I'm really gonna hang on to at 40 years old and be telling my friends, oh, girl, in high school he was All-American.
Right. Right.
Nothing like that. And then a documentary or something comes on TV.
Right. Okay.
About your high school.
Okay.
That year that you graduated. This just some random stuff that happened. You don't know it's going to happen. You can't set it up to happen. You didn't go digging, looking for the information. It just popped up.
Right.
And everybody's name on there is not Melz on the M.I.C. So it's like, well, wait a minute. I thought, ain't this the school that he went to? And he said that he was an All-American. Well, let me go ask him. Ma'am, did you tell me that you was an All-American, or did I get it wrong? Were you All-American at your high school? Yeah, I was All-American. Yeah. 1998. I was All American. Okay, let me ask you again, because maybe you know All American in what?
Oh, and ladies and gentlemen, that's when the shit started.
Yeah, All American in what? Because maybe I got it wrong. Maybe you weren't the All American for the football team. Maybe it was for the art club. I don't know. And then they say, "Oh, I was All American on the football team." Well, they just had a documentary on PBS, and your name wasn't listed on. So, do you have a different name? Nah, my name is my name. And why you looking at that anyway? Well, it came on TV. I was just sitting there watching TV.
And that's how it started.
And then you're wrong because some information, the person done gave you false information and you done busted them. And instead of just saying, well, you know what, I lied, I was trying to impress you. Like, that's so much better than getting mad at me because I'm watching TV. You lazy. You shouldn't be sitting there watching TV no way.
I'm already in my head. I already got the argument formulated in my head right now. I already got the whole argument that what's this about? Like, what's this about? Why are you asking about this right now?
You said you was All American and they just did a documentary on your school.
Okay.
And your name wasn't on there.
But what that got to do with anything that's going on right now with me and you?
Hey, baby, you the one who told this lie at 40 years old.
Oh, I ain't lied to you, number one. But why are you bringing up bullshit?
Yeah. See that part is that part. That part right there. And it's like, I'm just trying to get clarification. Why your name? Do we need to call the school and make sure that they correct that?
Why? We here now. We here.
Well, why would you lie? See, and that's what it is. Why would you lie about that? That's so stupid and petty. I mean, why would you lie? Why do I care about what you did in high school?
Exactly. Did
you even graduate high school?
That's what I'm saying. Why would you even care? Why is that such a big?
Did you graduate?
Yeah, I graduated.
Or do you have a GED? Because that's two different things.
Let me show you.
GED and a high school diploma, two different things.
Hold on, let me call my mama. Mama, fax this girl my diploma over here. She over here acting up crazy and stuff. Oh, my bad. You ain't got no fax machine. Send the girl my damn. I'm coming over there to come pick up my high school diploma. Yeah, because Shani don't believe me. I don't know what the hell she says. She don't watch something on TV, PBS. I don't know what the hell she talking about. I wasn't. I know I was All American, Mama. You got the trophy, you got the ribbon in the house now. Oh, I'm finna come over there and go pick it up right now because she get on my damn nerves with all this nonsense. I know you told me not to marry ass.
Y'all gonna go buy a damn trophy. Put that on there.
No, I'm just saying. Like I said,
it's something like that. When that happens, when whatever that is happens, and the person, because at the end of the day, it's really not about the All American or not. It's the fact that you would go this far to lie about something this minor. And if you will go this far and hold on to it, and you can't just say, well, you know what, I just said that because I was trying to impress you. If you can't say that about that, because we can joke about that, I can laugh that off, and then we can have a conversation. There can be a dialogue. Well, okay, well, what else did you tell me that wasn't true? You trying to impress me, because now we here. So we can talk about this. I'm gonna give you the opportunity to put all of this on the table, because you know me, I know you. But even when they get that opportunity, they still don't. And so stuff keeps coming out and it's like, oh my God, I cannot do this.
Okay. Now this could be flipped on you, right? Because y'all women be running game too now, and then this could be flipped on you too now. Like, so I done heard some women say, well, I'm an old school, old fashioned woman. I like to cook for my man. And I don't be seeing no food in that kitchen every night. Like, after a certain amount of time, them dinners stop being cooked. You start looking like, well, you said that you cook every night. What happened with cooking every night? What
Maybe she got tired that night. I don't know.
I'm just saying, this is something that you said though. You like this is and I think this is where this is why things start getting sideways in a lot of these relationships because, like they say, right? Who cares what you did in high school? But does it matter? You're a liar now. But if I lied to you like 10, 15, 20 years ago.
No, we talking about whenever it was. You shouldn't have lied about that. Well, and then when you caught in it, just admit, okay, I lied.
Okay.
Y'all, I mean, well, not y'all. I'm just gonna say people because it does go both ways. But people will hold on to that stuff and just keep talking until they make up another lie that they believe.
I mean, because it goes both ways. Because, like I said, everybody runs game on each other. Everybody run game on each other when you start dating and you know early off in a relationship. You know, everybody running game. Everybody trying to put their best front forward.
And then a lot of times, you know, your dreams can tell you, ladies. We have them dreams.
You know, that's some boat. Now, this is some BS. The most supreme BS ever. Because y'all dreams and y'all so-called intuition be wrong sometimes. It be wrong as F sometimes.
It might be wrong, but it's something there. If I had a dream about you laid up with another woman or doing something with another woman, where there is smoke, there is fire. So you might be just talking to her. Y'all might just be texting each other. You might just be having a thought in your mind. Something that happened.
I'm not. No, ma'am. See, because this is some nonsense right here. And this takes us to this story right here out of Mississippi. This is some BS right here. This is a Mississippi woman stabs her husband after dreaming he cheated. I don't know if you can see the photo of the lady or not, but this is from Jones County, Mississippi. Her name is Lindsay Stevens. She's 33 years old of Moselle. She's accused of stabbing her husband, the man in his sleep. Now, a man just minding his business, sleeping in the bed where the hell he's supposed to be at, in the bed next to his wife, sleeping. And she wakes up and decides to stab this man 7 damn times because she had a dream that her husband was messing around. For starters, I want to say "bitch," but I ain't gonna cuss this evening. I ain't gonna cuss this morning. But "bitch," that's a figment of your imagination. Now let me go ahead and start right there. Now my ass laying in the hospital, minding my business where I'm supposed to be at. I'm where I'm supposed to be at. I ain't out here in these streets. I can see if I'm out here in these streets, but I'm where I'm supposed to be at that moment in this bed next to your ass. And you sleeping, dreaming, having intuition, thoughts of figments of your imagination that I'm cheating on you, and your first instinct is to get up and stab me 7 damn times. Well, look, boo this woman.
Boo this man.
Y'all woman, this ain't, look, I done seen and I've heard this in my real life before, okay? I done had, and all of y'all women get to this nonsense. Waking up in the morning after you done had a dream and you done sleep and you stand at the man all ugly and you mad at the man for no reason. Because you done woke up out of some shit that you done had a dream about. You were now the whole day to start off ugly. The whole day to effed up for everybody and everybody mad walking around the house because something you dreamt about. You had a fit. Look, I'm gonna go because of you. What you done did. Don't put this on me. What did I do? What is that? Why do y'all do that nonsense? That's some BS if I ever heard it. Y'all intuition. That's because y'all been taught that y'all intuition. If something must be going on. Yeah, I'm a believer in you create that energy. Nah, how about that? Nah, that's how I say you create that energy. How about that? You create the energy that you want to have in your life. And if you creating drama in your head and in your world, that drama gonna come. But that man didn't deserve to be stabbed 7 times. Because again, this man where he's supposed to be at. That's like, Shani, I don't know, man, but y'all women got to get that. Y'all got to talk amongst yourselves because I need to figure this out because this is some BS. My fellas, they're going to be scared to talk. When I'm going to speak on behalf of the fellas ain't going to say nothing because they're scared to talk. But fellas know exactly what I'm talking about. Y'all done had that woman wake up out of her sleep one morning talking about, good morning. Who pissed in your Wheaties this morning? What did I do? Who pissed in your cornflakes? What did I do? Y'all, and then y'all, that's the other part. Y'all ain't gonna say why, because you ain't gonna say why you're mad. Y'all just a whole bunch of stank ass looks and smart ass remarks all day. Damn, the juice tastes kind of sour. Well, it used to be so sweet. What's your problem this morning?
Well, first of all, yes, he was at home. He was in his bed, sleep. But Did he go to work earlier today? And she done found out that he wasn't where he said he was. He was somewhere else.
Don't try to put scenarios into this story.
No, but you're asking why that happens. Okay, if everything going good and I lay down and have a dream that you're doing something, the first time we gonna have a talk. I'm gonna say, I had this weird dream. This is me. This is how I am. I had this weird dream, and this is what happened in the dream. Now, if the relationship is a little sketchy and you done lied about being all American and tried to flip it back on me, you lied, and then you're not at these places where you say you're supposed to be, and every time you do that, you flip it back on me, and I'm the person that's wrong for asking the question, then I'm gonna start believing these dreams. It's something to it. Again, it might not be that you out sleeping with the woman. It might be that you just spending time. Maybe you thinking about it, something. But you can't tell me that every time Teresa done had a dream that you ain't had no thoughts or nothing, or maybe we don't need to address this on this show.
No, we can address it because young Melz ain't never did nothing. See, that's what I'm saying. No, we can address it because every time she did pull that crap, there's 3 words I always tell her. I said, that is a figment of your imagination. That's all.
Where is it coming from?
I don't know where it's coming from. I don't know where it's coming from, but that is a figment of your imagination. And I put it that your brain is capable of creating all these weird ass scenarios in your head. That is a figment.
All these weird scenarios.
That's you. That's a you problem. I say it just like that. But every time I get hit with one of these ugly ass mornings, I had a dream about you nonsense. The first thing I say is that let me remind you. That is a figment of your imagination, and let's
not talk about you then. Because I know too much about you, and I know. Yeah, I know.
But you know my answer is valid. That's why y'all don't want to talk about this because
I didn't say I didn't want to talk about it. I said I don't want to talk about you because I know y'all. Well, I don't know everything about y'all, but I know. I don't know because you could be lying to me too. I don't know, but I ain't trying.
I ain't know all about.
Let's not talk about you.
I ain't know all American. That's for damn sure. That story you told sounded a little too detailed and personal.
No, I mean it's just, but that's how it is. That's how detailed dudes get with the lies. Let me try to think of a real one that really happened. I'm gonna try to think of a real.
I'm telling you the real scenario on this whole dream sequence nonsense. It's because again, and that's why I have to be.
I can't say that because I've had those dreams before, and those dreams were true.
But did you act upon them before confirmation of said reality?
No, if I have a dream, like if I got some information. I'm probably not gonna say nothing for a minute because I'm gonna watch.
Okay, before you get confirmation, before it's a reality, let's keep it strictly in the phase of all you know is you had this dream. Everything else is perfect. Everything else in reality, the guy is great. The guy is doing everything right. He's perfect. He's everything. But keep it in the scenario of that dream. Just in the dreams that you just woke up one morning, you went to sleep one night, you dreamt this man was out here doing the fool. Like I'd have had Carissa tell me, she had dreams about me leaving, going to the store and never coming back. And I've got a whole nother family somewhere in Killeen. I'm just giving you a description. I'm just telling you what I've been hit with. All right, these are some of the 9, and that's why I have to turn around and say figment of your imagination. I got a whole other family somewhere else in another part of the country with kids and the whole 9 with a whole other wife. Come on now, but I'm right here. So, strictly in the dream state. What did you do? Did you act upon it? Did you tell this man that you had this dream? What did you do in that instance?
No, that's what I'm saying. I don't say nothing. I just watch and see because that has happened. I met a guy before that I thought was cool. Like everything was cool. We were just talking to each other. Nothing. But we were moving in that direction. And I had this crazy dream about him and some other woman, but I didn't say nothing But I kept it in the back of my mind. Like, okay. Because I like believe in dreams, and I'll sit there and actually go through and try to interpret what my dream is.
Okay.
Sometimes I'll write them down and I go back and look at it because I don't think that they're all literal, so I look at the figures to see. So, but long story short,
Okay.
I don't know that there was another woman, but that whole situation went sideways real bad.
Well, how? Like, did you?
Because
Who made it go sideways?
he did.
Okay. How did he make?
Now he made it go sideways, but I flipped it all the way on over.
Okay.
Once it started leaning, baby, I took that table and flipped it.
You shook the table.
No, I ain't shake it. I flipped it and flipped it over. But no, it's just the lies.
Okay.
Those little bitty lies. I have just stupid stuff like the type of car he drives or the type of work that he does. Just stupid stuff like that. And when that started coming out, I'm like,
Why you bringing up bullshit?
I mean, but now I'm here. We're meeting each other. I'm sitting here. This ain't the car you said that you drove. Oh, I got a couple cars. Got a
couple of them. I'm holding them out you. No, I just find.
But it's like even to meet you, we said we were meeting each other, and you said you was gonna be in this kind of car, but you showed up in this. So stuff like that. It's like no, because you might kidnap me or something. And then and for me, and that's important to me because if I'm meeting somebody that I don't know, we gonna meet on a date. I need to know what kind of car you in. I'm gonna take a picture of your tag when I get there because I'm sending it to my friends. Because if something happened to me, they know that you. Because my family don't nobody know you.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I won't let people come pick me up. It's like, no, you can't come pick me up, but I'll meet you. So when he lied and showed up in a different car, I'm like,
but this was from the product of your dream. Are you saying that that all these red flags started because of your intuition in your dream?
Well, if I didn't even have that dream.
Okay,
let's say I didn't have a dream, I would still have it. But the fact that I had the dream before, it made me pay attention more. So my antennas went up like, okay.
But see,
something ain't right.
But see, that causes a lot of problems because again, sometimes your intuition is wrong. I have to tell women that all the time. Sometimes your intuition is wrong, and a lot of y'all might be throwing away perfectly good people in relationships because of your intuition.
Well, but that's why I say you got to interpret it. I don't think that all my dreams are literal. Sometimes it's a like if I dream about being pregnant, like last year, I dreamed about being pregnant, having another baby. And them little games that we play on Facebook, the little thing, like everyone they say 2021 is gonna bring you some babies. So I don't think that I can get pregnant. I can still have baby, but I don't think that's what's gonna happen. I think I'm gonna birth something else. So right now the media room is my baby. So I might birth another baby. So it's not literal, but I definitely think that you should pay attention to it. So now he didn't show up with another woman, or I didn't catch this man with another woman, but I was able to pay attention to other things. I don't know if another woman showed up or not. Maybe he was in another woman's car. I don't know. I don't think I even talked to the dude long enough to figure all of that out. But it definitely made me stop. It pulled me out of La La Land and being in love.
You sure ain't no other baby on deck. You sure.
Oh, I'm positive. If I have a baby, y'all listen to this. If Shani gets pregnant in 2021 and gives birth to a baby, Jesus has come back. Understand that?
We'll see. We'll see.
We'll see.
January. Look, it's
If I have baby Jesus coming back, because immaculate conception is the only way that's happening. No, Shani ain't out here. Ain't nobody had none from Shani in a long time.
Hold on. So you plan on being celibate the whole 2021?
Hey, if that's what we got to do, we did that for 2020. If that's what it got to be, that's what it is.
Shana, we gotta fix that, man. We gotta get you right.
We ain't got to fix that because y'all jokers be out here. Nah.
Nah, bro, you gotta get some stress off you.
Well, I go to the gym.
Look. What is the problem with? Wait, can I ask this question? Because we talking about this yesterday with Jasmine Sullivan's new album, Hotels. Okay, we got a couple minutes that we can start. We can approach on this topic right now. Mr. Hawkins, my apologies if you got to hear this, my brother, good sir. But we gotta dig it in with your daughter today, because we got to talk to her about these hotels, because we got to talk about this, because why is it such an issue for women to feel like y'all can't just bust a nut and carry on? Like, why?
I don't think that's an issue.
Why, as far as relieving stress, why do y'all think sex is so personal? Why it can't be physical? Like that's the beautiful of this album.
I'm like, it is personal.
No, it could be strictly physical. Like that's a lot. Like that's the beauty of this album with Hotels. Is what she's talking about in this album is a lot about women's perspective of sexuality, and saying, you know what, sometimes, man, it's just all about the sex. Ain't nothing more. Ain't got to be all the other stuff that is attached to it. So why is that such an issue for women to discuss?
I don't think it's an issue for us to discuss. Now, I'm gonna speak just for me. I'm not speaking for all of the women, but for me, I'm just not one that's gonna hop from stick to stick. That's not me.
Okay.
And even when I've been in a situation where it was something where it was just physical, I still got to know there was some type of
it's personal
relationship there. You know, like I got to know the person. There were some things that we knew about each other. You know,
right?
It wasn't just, oh, I'm gonna go do this one night stand. No.
Now that's why I asked the question, because I think it's essential that everybody has a Heaux Phase in their life. It's essential that you have a Heaux Phase in your life.
I don't think so.
I do.
You can miss me with that.
Look,
it's too much for me. For me, working with the AIDS and HIV community, HIV and AIDS community. Now I don't want to have no Heaux Phase. I don't want to.
Let me explain what I mean, though. But it doesn't mean that you have to be loosey goosey with the situation and not, take care of yourself and practice safely and do what you need to do, and it also doesn't mean that you have to jump from person to person.
What does it mean?
I believe that sometimes you can have no strings attached sex with one person. It just
that's not a Heaux Phase.
Yeah, I think it could be a Heaux Phase, because it could be a phase, because no relationship attached sex is especially if you're single. It could be good for you. It's been studies proving that it is good for your health. You need to bust nuts every once in front of once, have some release some sexual tension every once in a while, because it's good for your health. And so,
yeah, but if you got one person that you sleep with and that's just what y'all do, that's not really a Heaux Phase. You trick harder when you marry than what you talking about, a relationship with somebody that you got and y'all just sleep together. That y'all tricking, but when you married to somebody, you trick more than that.
I mean, again, it's not even about tricking. You never had a phase where you just was like, you know what, man, I don't want to be bothered with nothing. I don't want to be in no relationship with nothing. I'm just here to have a good time. I'm just here.
Never said that. Now I've had, and that's what I'm saying. So yeah, there were times where I had a person where it may, but I guess you just, I don't know. Definition terms, I guess, like on the outside looking, it looked like we were in a relationship, but the two of us knew that we were not in a relationship. We were in, some type of, but we weren't saying, okay, is this us? And we making these plans, but we just came to each other all the time, or for whatever, not just sex, but other things too.
We just leave it at fun and hijinks. Shani don't like talking about this kind of stuff because
No, it's not that I don't like talking about it. It's just no, I haven't sat down and said, you know what, I'm just gonna go out here and get what I want. I'm just gonna sleep
do
with this
me.
man. Yeah, I've never said that. That hadn't been anything I wanted to do.
So
Even
you never had a
before,
whole phase then.
huh?
So you never had a whole phase.
Well, if that's what a whole phase is now, and I ain't gonna never have one. I'm not gonna never have one now. If I meet somebody and we cool, friends with benefits. That's what you want to call it. That's a term. Friends with benefits.
That's a good term. That's a good term.
Done that.
Okay.
Done that. But I'm still like really careful with it. When I think of a whole phase, when you say whole phase, it's just like, okay, I met this dude at the store and we getting ready to go behind the store in this car. And
Now that's too. Now that's a little too extreme. That's straight up.
No,
That's
I know people that do that. I know people that have done that. So that's what I'm saying. So it's like, and if that's what they want to do, or they meet a dude whenever we were going out, to the club, they meet a dude, they want to go home with the dude. That's hey,
okay.
whatever rock your boat. It's just for me, that's not gonna work.
Okay.
Nah.
Because I've had, there's dudes, whole faces can last, 15, 10, 20 years.
Y'all the whole phase lasts 100 years.
Shit. At some point, them things stop working. And so the whole phase got to come in.
That don't matter because they be at the gas station buying them stamina pills and stuff.
But I see this nowadays that women are more talking about, their whole phases, the things that they've done. There's been periods of time in their lives where they feel like, I'm, again, this think like a dude mentality. I'm just in it for me. I'm gonna just go do me. And I think I think there's nothing wrong with that. I really don't think there's nothing wrong with that because I think it makes you more experienced into finding out what are you looking for in a person. I really do. Even if it is just a wham bam thank you ma'am situation. Look, I've been on the other side of one night stands. Again, my whole phase was from 18 to 22. I got married at 23. When I hit 23, I had enough. It got to that point where I was like, this shit is stressful. It got to the point where, it was really to a point where I was sleeping with girls and not knowing their names. Like,
see, that's a whole phase. See that? Yeah, that's a whole phase. I think my experience is more friends with benefits.
like there was no getting to know each other. We probably see each other one time, exchange phone numbers. The second time we knocking it down. And like we exchange phone numbers, and then when I hit you up, we might go out, we might have a drink or two, or this, and the third, and then we going back to the spot and knock down, and then I'll probably never see you again. You know what I'm saying? And I've dealt with a lot of women like that, and they've never had any issue with it being like that. You know what I'm saying? And so to me, I respect that. I respect that more than women who run their game and say, I'm a relationship. They come back after the fact and be like, well, I want a relationship. Well, after you had a test drive and you got a sample of what you wanted, now all of a sudden you won't try to lock it in. Like that's a problem.
Why is that a problem if that's what they say?
Because you sold me on you saying that you not trying to do all that. You know what I'm saying? But now that
and that's why you shouldn't have a whole phase. You shouldn't everybody shouldn't be able to test drive your car. Well, sometimes if you let somebody test drive your car, they might try to kill you.
Well, you also need a tune up every now and again too.
Yeah, okay. Well, then find the plate. Like my cars, every car I have had since my first truck that I ever bought in 1994. I take it to the same place to get the oil change. The same when that shop moved from the Camp Wisdom side over the Polk side, guess what? I started going to the Polk side and kept the same shop because I know they're going to do it right every time. I know what to expect from them. They know what to expect from me. Ain't no issue. We don't have no problem.
So is that shop open right now? And they ain't talking about no damn metaphors either. I'm talking about
You talking about my friends with benefits? I don't know.
we
I
gotta
don't.
get
I mean,
open to that because as y'all get older, I understand as you're in your 40s now, and that's understandable if a whole phase is something you don't want to do. But as y'all get older, that drive goes up in y'all. I've seen it. It goes.
he's talking about I've seen it.
I've seen it. Y'all, shit, yeah. As y'all get older, that drive goes up. Would you be willing to explore that side of you at this point in stage of your life?
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Why, Shadi? Come on now. Come on.
I don't want to. I mean, it really ain't no reason why I don't want to. If I meet somebody,
You're single. You
I
can do
am
whatever you want.
whatever I want.
You can do whatever you want.
Whatever I want.
Well, why not take full advantage of that and take full advantage of it and enjoy it to the maximum?
Because I don't really think that it'll be too much stuff going through my mind, because everybody got a past,
Uh-huh.
and everybody's not transparent about their past and what STDs and stuff they done had.
Right.
If they HIV positive, they got AIDS.
Is that the only thing that scares you? Is that the only thing that scares you?
Oh yeah, that is so real to me. That
Okay.
is so real. I remember this story because I used to do testing for AIDS and HIV. This guy comes up, and usually it's not a lot of people in our demographic, in our age group. That's what I mean. That come up and get tested. It's usually older or either really young, like the college students. They don't mind getting tested, and they okay, and they proud to be there. But
Right.
this man was about our age, and one of the questions we have to ask is, well, why did you decide to get tested today? And he said, and this happened this was maybe about 4 years ago, 4 or 5 years ago. He said, well, I want to get tested because I was seeing this lady. I've been seeing her for about 3 months because they were doing the whole 90-day thing, that Steve Harvey BS that y'all listen to.
Who's y'all?
Whoever's doing that. So they did the 90-day thing. They done talked on the phone, went on dates, decided they weren't gonna have sex till 90 days in. They get to 90 days. They go to dinner, have a real nice meal, get back to his place, and he uses a condom.
Right.
They get to going. Well, the condom came off, broke or something in the middle of it. The lady, he said, pushed him off, got her clothes, and left. He was calling her, he was like, well, I was trying to figure out, did I do something wrong? Was it, because I was gonna finish.
Right.
She finally called him back. I think it was 4 days later, and told him she was HIV positive. So she couldn't let him finish without the condom. And that ran me so hot because at the time, that's when PEP and PrEP came out, and these are medications that you can take. So if your partner is HIV positive or if they have AIDS, you can take. I get them confused. You can take one of them, and what it does is trick your body into thinking that you already have it. So it protects you. It lowers the risk of you having it. We still encourage you to use condoms and other protections as well.
Right.
Lower your risk. And then the other thing is, if he would have known, within 72 days, if she would have just told him then, when he came, he could have took the other pill that works kind of like the morning after pill.
Right.
So it would have helped, secure his body. And I'm just like, mm-mm. And then after this COVID thing, and you got people lying about they got COVID or not telling you they have it, and they still going out around all these people and they know they have it. I just don't trust people like that, and I ain't got time for you to mess up my body.
Right.
Because just for all of what
30 seconds.
Orgasms don't even last that long.
30 seconds. Not even that long.
Don't even last that long. I'm not willing to do that. I done had a stroke, a heart attack, breast cancer. Listen, I ain't going to the OBGYN for that. Nah, I'm good. And if you can't tell the truth about not being an all-American.
Oh Lord, that's all American. Who is this? Who is this poor bastard who's an all American? Who is this poor bastard? All
American. That was just a sample. I don't know who was all American. That was just an example. It was just an example.
Well, she put lip gloss on, so it's time for us to get the hell up out of here. What for?
My lips felt dry, so I'm like,
we gonna have to dig deep into this topic soon because I won't get into some of these stories with Shani but we're gonna remain respectful because Mr. Hawkins tuning in this morning. We're gonna
That's it.
We'll bring Mr. Hawkins in on the show one day.
My cousin wants to be on the show. We definitely do that. He's a rapper here in Dallas.
No doubt. Well, yeah, we'll talk about that soon. But let's go ahead and get up out of here on this Tuesday. Don't forget Texas Lottery, $600 million. You still got time to go buy you some tickets and go get you some money if you ain't got your stimulus money yet. go buy you some lottery tickets. You might win some big money like that. But don't forget, download the Media Room 360 app, available in your app store right now for the free $99 for the download. And cop that right now so you can watch the show. Also, don't forget about Action Jackson's Ride.
Oh yeah, I was gonna give you some information about that, but we have a big event at Top Golf. So shout out to my cousin. You should come out to Action Jackson's. I gotta get the name right. Super Swing Golf Tournament at Top Golf, located at 8787 Park Lane in Dallas. To register to play with us, just log on to actionsaidsride.com and you can purchase your ticket to play in the Bay. And in the Bays, we have some cowboy players. We have some other celebrities here in Dallas. Vila Loca is one of them. There's some that I can't mention just yet, but just know that we're going to be there. It's all for a good cause. We are raising money for Action to Ride 545 miles from San Francisco to Los Angeles, all in the name of HIV and AIDS. So we want to see you there. Plus, when you purchase your ticket, that pays for your food and unlimited fountain drinks and water. Now, if you want some liquor, they have that there, but you got to pay for that on your own. It's happening Sunday, February 7th. Yes, that's the same day that the Super Bowl is on, but we are there from 12 to 3, so you got time to make your Super Bowl party. All right? Now, if you are in Atlanta, shout out to the Morehouse School of Medicine. They are giving the COVID vaccination. All right. Now, what you have to do is call this number that's at the bottom. It's for people that are 75 or older. So if you're in the greater Atlanta area, you have a grandmother, an uncle, an aunt, brother, sister, whatever, that's 75 or older, they can register. Now, they want them to register online, but we know that people that's 75 and older really ain't using the email like that. Okay, so call this number so they can help you do it, 404-756-1299, and get those people vaccinated if that's what they want to do. They started it in Dallas yesterday. There was a lady there, 98 years old, getting her vaccine because she had caught COVID already and beat it. And when I tell you that lady looked good, she was out there walking and everything. I said, she want to live. She wants to live.
I'm still debating on, as someone who beat it as well. I had it and I beat it. I had it and I beat it. It was a little light. I don't even think it was full blown. I think it was like a little lightweight. I don't even know. It's something to be taken serious.
Full blown. I got tired of COVID. I just got it partially.
I think I just got it partially because it was just, all I lost was it really did feel like just a regular cold to me. And I treated it as such. And I was back on my feet in a day or two. But again, it is something that affects different people different ways. It's something that's why it needs to be taken seriously. I'm lucky. I gotta say that I'm blessed and I'm lucky because I'm a moderately healthy dude. I don't eat a whole lot of garbage and I don't drink and a whole lot of garbage and I don't do a lot of garbage things. I eat pretty healthy, and so for me to have it. And my kid gave it to me, and Lord have mercy, if you see that video in Tuscaloosa from last night's national championship game, it's about to get bad out here, man. This COVID shit about to get bad. I'm gonna just go ahead and tell you now. I hate to put my kid on blast like that, but that's how it happened. My kid gave it to me, and so but I'm glad that older folks at least are getting this vaccination. So make sure your older folks especially get the vaccination and get them squared away. And if you could get it too. All right. Especially if you was in the military. What the hell are you scared of? Then the government already shot you with a whole bunch of shit already. This ain't gonna kill you. But we go ahead and get up out of here. We will see you guys tomorrow. The king and queen of some media, Shani and Melz. We out.